Hey, this is Jen from Noting Grace, where I inspire you to renew, create, and decorate your home without breaking the bank. Today, I'm finally sharing our guest room reveal that I was able to get done for less than $200. So this whole process started with a huge room rearrangement. My oldest son moved to a bedroom that we had down in the basement, and that took the youngest to his room, and then we opened up this new room that we had, this wonderful space to create this cozy guest bedroom, hopefully for people to come and visit and enjoy time with us. We started by scraping our ceilings, the popcorn ceilings. I know it is the dreaded job that nobody wants to do. I have found some incredible, sneaky, secret tricks that make the process easier. I shared a video tutorial on how to do that a few weeks ago. Feel free to go check that out. And hopefully, if you have some popcorn ceilings, that video will help you out a lot. After the ceilings were scraped and then painted, then we primed the walls and painted them using Roma Bio's interior mineral paint. Now I have a color collection with Roma Bio paints, and this color that I used in the guest bedroom is probably going to be one of the next colors that I add to that collection. I don't have a name for it yet, so if you have any suggestions, leave a comment below, because picking a name for a wall color is a little bit trickier than what I originally thought. Down below there will be a link to my color collection if you wanted to check that out over on notinggrace.com. What I love about the mineral paints is there's no VOCs, it's mineral based, and it is super easy to clean. I love also the texture that it creates on the walls. It's not like typical paint. I'll be sharing a tutorial video soon on how to mix their paints and apply their paints. It is a little bit different than typical acrylic or latex paint, but it has a stunning result. So the first purchase that I made for this room was this antique headboard. I found it on the Facebook Marketplace for just $60. And once I got it home, I wanted it to be a lot lighter. Originally, it was a headboard and a footboard, but I decided to only use the headboard in this room. It was originally shellacked, so it had an orange tinge to it. That wasn't quite the look that I was wanting for this room, so I took it out to the garage and sanded it down to the natural state and fell in love with how it looked. So there's nothing on it, no wax, no sealer, and it looks beautiful. Another issue with the bed frame was that it was too low and too small. Antique bed frames were typically full-size beds, and I was wanting this to be a queen-size bed for this room. We added some feet to raise up the headboard, about 4 inches, and then we attached a queen-size bed frame to the headboard, and it does stick out a little bit on either side of the bed, but I really don't think that you can notice that much. The bedding was given to me by my mama. She uses this historic Charleston bedding in her own home, in her guest bedroom, and she had an extra quilt that she gifted to me. So the only thing that I had to purchase were the 2 pillow shams for the bed. The quilt cover is ivory, and it is a beautiful, soft, creamy white, and I love how it looks. I searched for weeks for the perfect rug for this room, and the one that was perfect was what we had used in our master bedroom. So we took the rug from that room and brought it into here, and we just ended up getting a new rug for the master bedroom instead, because it just was, the colors were just so perfect for this room. The bedside table was used in our master bedroom back at our Tennessee home, our almost farmhouse, as I like to call it. And it had natural drawer fronts that we had kind of aged and distressed, and then we had painted the frame a gray tone. So I just sanded it back down to natural, and that way it complements the unfinished headboard that we're using in the room. Above the side table, I have an old mirror that I found. I think it was sometime last year at an estate sale. And I had it in my hallway and it didn't look right. So it had just been sitting in my basement. So it was a perfect addition for this room. The other side table had a black base to it, but I didn't have a place to put this table, so the round table on the other side of the bed was a perfect fit for this room. That used to be in our sunroom. So the dresser behind me is an interesting story. I found a chair that I had reupholstered. It wasn't this chair. It was another chair that came with an ottoman, and we were wheeling and dealing. The people were just trying to get out of their house and they had a basement full of furniture, and he said, okay, I will take your price. He says, but you've got to take this dresser, and then there was like a lazy boy chair for free. So I said, okay. So I took this dresser. It was a cherry wood dresser that had seen better days and it needed some repairs to it. So we sanded it down, and I used a chalk paint, a DIY chalk paint, using plaster of Paris and sea salt from Sherwin-Williams. And I mixed those together, painted the dresser with that, and then I topped it with my own wax that I mixed with an antiquing glaze to kind of create this antiqued warm wax finish on the dresser. Last but not least is the chair that I'm sitting in, and it just was a reupholstery project that I had done last spring. And again, another piece of furniture that was tucked away in a room. So I just kind of swapped some pieces of furniture around to create this cozy space for my guests. All of the decor was collected from rooms in my house. The only thing that I purchased were the 2 pillow shams, the artwork. There are 2 pieces of artwork that I kind of DIY'd for the room to create this soft, welcoming feel. And the other thing that I purchased was this fabric remnant for about 10 bucks that I was able to cover some pillows for the chair and for the bed. Super simple. All in all, the room cost less than $200 to put together to create this wonderful space. It just was elbow grease and creativity and just using stuff that I already had on hand in my home. You can always add soft touches like pillows and books and blankets. I hope this inspires you to rethink your guest bedroom makeover. Just use what you have and create a welcoming space. If you like this video, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss the next one coming up right around the corner.